Hello, welcome to my first ever unboxing video, and today we are gonna take a look at Crimson Company, the collector's box. This is an upgrade to Crimson Company, which is this game right here. It's mostly a two-player game, although there are variants, official variants, for team modes 2 versus 2, free-for-all from 3 to 6 players, or solo or co-op mode. You can check out my review for the game on Board Game Geek. It's a written review. And let's see what we have here. So the Deluxe edition with metal coins and castle miniatures from Dario Reynard and Fabian Fischer. And now the back of the box. So you can see the contents here, plenty of cards, some coins, a game board which was missing in the smaller version, a flag token and a comprehensive rulebook. So let's see. Before we open this box, let's just take a look at what the game is without this. So these are the miniatures that I assume will not be included in the upgrade because I already have them. These are the metal coins, which are quite neat. Then we have the flag token. This signals the active player, which is very important to remember when playing this game. And then you have plenty of cards. Here I already have the base game and the other side expansion. So the expansion adds more characters and more castles. I sleeved them. You don't have to sleeve them, but since I was taking this game everywhere, it became one of my most played games during the summer. I wanted to be safe because I was taking it to the beach and to cafes around my town. So that's what you get in the base game box. That's the deluxe edition. Here in the collector box, let's see what new it adds. So this was sent to me from the designers for review purposes. You could get this in Kickstarter. Now you can get it directly from their page. This, as I said, it's probably just the upgrade version. You also can get the collector's box with everything included. So everything you saw here from the base game and expansion and the extras that you get in this box. So a way bigger rulebook. The rulebook, the original one, was very well written. It was very clear and had an FAQ that answered all the questions that I have. It's a simple game to play, but I was very satisfied with the rulebook nonetheless. So size comparison, this one is way bigger. It has still the standard game explanation setup for the two-player. It explains the rules, I assume very closely matching the smaller version. The FAQ that I was mentioning it seems to mention every character. Wow. Then you have optional rules such as the handicap if you are playing with a player who is more experienced. The castle cards, which is a pretty cool rule. I definitely recommend you try it out after you have tried the base game in tournament mode. Alright, then we have here the other modes, 2 versus 2, a free-for-all, 3 to 6 player. As you can see here, with this box alone you can play 3 to 4, and I guess you need more copies if you want to try out the 5 or 6 player mode. Then you have solo. I already read through this. I am really intrigued because I love solo games, so I definitely want to try that out. And the cooperative mode, another thing that I'm really looking forward to try out. Rules change for that mode. All right, there is no summary at the end of the rulebook, but we do have the reference cards included, so you don't really need it. Let's see if I can find them here. As you see, there are a lot of cards. Here you go, the turn overview. So everything that you need to remember is on this card, so you don't need it at the end of the rulebook. Then we have the board. This is definitely a collector's item, so in the base game you don't have this, you don't need this, it's pretty easy to set up, but this just makes everything nicer. I'm lacking space here, so you have a side for competitive mode and one for, I assume, the solo one co-op. You have your 3 lanes where you'll be playing your characters. And here, let's try to show up the artwork. You have basically the market where you'll be recruiting the new units. And I assume this is either for your coin pool or for your reference card. And on the other side, as mentioned, we have the solo and co-op mode. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same. The only thing that changes is the top part over here, where instead of having two pools, you have one single pool. We'll have to see what that is about. And then, I guess these are dividers. Yes, like I expected, this is really just the upgrade, so it's for people who already have the base game and the first expansion. You get here a nice pack of cards. I'm really curious. I assume this is the Ragnarok expansion. And some extra things. Alright, you get more turn overview and play references, because as they said in the rulebook, this supports up to 4. So you now have one for each if you're planning on playing the 4-player mode. You have more castles, as you can see on one side, they are generic castles. On the other side, you get a special ability that comes when you play with that variant, which is really cool. It really changes up the game. Different powers, different powers, different powers. Alright, and here you have the second expansion, Ragnarok. Alright, so some new characters. I really like this artwork. Oh, neat. Fenrir. As you can see, this has one single team. As I understand, they try to get each expansion come out with new cards, and every card follows a specific team. Here you have Ragnarok and their gods and characters. Jarl. A kitten? Well, that's a bit out of topic, I assume. Loki. What's Loki's power? The mischievous. After deploying a card on this side of this lane, swap it with any other card. Really neat artwork. As you can see, there's this text on this side, on this, and on the other side. It's exactly the same text, but it's so that both players can read it well. Alright, the underdog, nice. Valkyrie, Warbear, nice. Alright, I guess these are dividers to tell you in case you want to separate your game by expansion. So you have base game, the other side expansion. This was the first expansion. If you like the base game, you'll surely want to get the expansions. And you get more coins, I guess, because you have more players, you get even more coins to your game. Alright, so more of the 3 value and more of the 1 value. Let's see how this assembles. I'm gonna I wonder if they give you an explanation how they expect you to pack it. Let's see how I would do it. Quite possibly coins to one side. Let's put it over here. So these are all the new coins, and over here now I'll put the pre-existing coins that I already had from my Deluxe base game. Let's put the token over there. And now, do the cards fit like that? Doesn't look like it unless you do something like that. So you can store them face up if you want. Let's see if the sleeved ones also fit. Yep, they fit fine. So let's just pretend we were dividing things by expansion. So we would have Ragnarok. Then we would have, let's just grab a chunk of cards. So let's pretend this was base game. and this is a shorter pack. This would be the first expansion, the other side expansion. Place that over there. Oh, these are the new things. I'll keep them, well, I'll leave them for the end. So base game expansion, base game content, and these are just references and the new castle the new castle cards that came in this box. The miniatures, they can go over there. Did I forget anything? I don't believe so. So let's see. If you wanted, you could really. That's neat. You could keep your cards face up. Do it like that. And now you have the game ready. Or I suppose if you wanted, you could actually just divide them by blocks. They fit there just fine. And now I'm curious, would this box fit here somewhere? Sadly not. It would have been a nice way to have the game packed in the collector's box and then you just pull it out when you are ready to go. It's definitely a big box for a small game, but I know they are coming out with more content. They are coming out with a new expansion, either at the end of this year or next year. I'm not sure. But if you like this game, this is definitely a nice addition. You get a nice board. It's pretty thick. You get more coins, you get more characters, which for sure you'll love to have new abilities. And it just makes your game pop even more. I really like this game. I have to say it's a simple addition. It's basically a collector's box, similar to how many other games are doing it now, where they just give you a nicer box to fit all your content. And more characters for the Ragnarok expansion. It's pretty neat. I would definitely recommend you try the game. You can even try it for free. There's a free app. You can just go to the Android or the iOS market and you can find it there. They are constantly updating it. I don't know if it's in a stable version or if they are still in beta, but you can try the game for free there. And then if you want, you can just pick up the game, pick up expansion if you want. A very strong recommendation from me.